we have the first proper band that we ever interviewed for our Hivemind After Hours series 4.5 years ago at this point. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, Nevertel have dropped their brand new album, Start Again.
Making me sicker instead of fixing problems, only making them bigger. It's gonna take damn breaks. We can't keep it in place with the floodgates. Trying to keep it inside just to save face, but it's a big.
I am so excited to hear some of these songs live next month.
I am jealous that you get to hear some of these songs live next month.
Yeah, I think they're coming to Virginia.
Oh, where?
National, I believe.
What?
Let me double check.
Hold on.
It's November.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving week for me that they're playing.
Oh, what the fuck they are? Whoa, what a tour! Why did I not know about this?
It's the shit.
It's
Dude,
Memphis Mayfire, Rain City Drive, and Nevertel, if not for me.
Yeah.
It's not coming to Canada.
It's fire.
It looks like, where is it? The closest
the
is maybe
for us?
What, Buffalo? No, it's the 22nd.
22nd.
It's coming to Greensboro on the 20th. I imagine that'll be at Cat's Cradle. I'm not driving back down there again. I can't do it.
22nd is a Saturday.
Yeah, right. I'm in there. Oh, give me something.
Alternatively, you're more than welcome to join me at the Connecticut show.
Yeah, it's just a simple walk over.
I'll go to Buffalo.
Yeah. Anyway, tour shenanigans aside, this album really surprised me. Not in that I doubted it would be good, but in the way that it didn't hit me on first listen how good this album actually is. And then, now that I've had a few weeks with it, I look at this track list and I'm like, holy shit, this is one of the best albums I've heard all year. There's some downsides to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love everything here, but I look at this track list, especially the middle of the album, the stretch from Break the Silence to Some Things is insane.
It really is.
I think this is Nevertel's most consistent project that they've put out.
Yes, I agree.
It doesn't fully commit to their identity, I believe.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I'm glad you said that, because
that's how I felt on first listen, but that feeling has kind of tapered away with time. I think on a song like Break the Silence, I think Raul's rapping gets, in the first verse, he gets some time to shine. In Miles Apart, I love Raul's verses there, which leans into those more traditional hip-hop elements that he's been able to excel at in past Nevertel releases.
Yeah, I'll say
I think
this album...
Criminal, you also get it a little bit.
This album let Raul shine. He is almost on par with Jeremy in just vocals, and it's wild that he can just rap and sing at the same time.
I also, for me, I think the identity thing, and I don't want to drift too much in the negative before we talk about the positives, but the identity thing, I will say, isn't about their identity as being kind of a rap rock duo dynamic. It's more so in some of the what I would consider weaker tracks on here in terms of what makes Nevertel so good and the reason why we get so invested into their music. And I think that there are moments on here where that shines, and there are moments on here where they lose me. And I can talk more about that later, but I do agree with Justin. I think that the giving both Raul and Jeremy plenty of opportunities for both of them to showcase their talents on here, they sound, at least just from a sonic perspective, as strong, if not better than ever.
Yep.
Not feeling this one as much as you guys.
Really?
I like it, but I don't think it's as amazing as the previous album. Or I don't know.
I think so. When we previously talked about Everything in My Mind, we had the Well, first of all, we had it for 2 weeks before it actually released.
I know that's
Um,
I had to try and eliminate that
Yeah,
bias.
I mean, we
Right,
also
yeah.
like talked to the band and got their insights, but I think like going at this with like kind of an open mind, I think Everything in My Mind has a lot of variation that can be off-putting for a new person.
Mhm.
I think this album is a great first start for anyone that's just getting into the band. It's great for, a band that's newly signed to a very, very successful record label. And I think if no one else has heard Nevertel, I don't know how they're 1.3 fucking monthly listeners at this point. Like it's good that they put this out because it's very consistent. Every song is good, bar one. We'll get to that. Every song in here is consistent. I think Everything in My Mind has a lot going for it that I think would be off-putting for a new person coming into
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
It is much less approachable, especially I think the biggest example on here is something like Break the Silence that I can see. Sleep Theory is another big name band right now. I think that they fit really well together. That's a song structure that is a little bit more generic, I would say, but it's approachable for like if I heard that on Octane,
It's a
I'd be
bit
like,
more
yeah,
generic,
this fits.
but because of Raul's rapping capabilities, it really helps make it stand out.
Yeah.
Like, even if the structure is generic, because Raul is such a unique vocalist in this sort of like octane rock genre, that it doesn't blend in at all. Break the Silence is my favorite song on this album, and maybe a top 3 Nevertel song of all time for me. It's similar to what we were saying with the Poppy, Amy Lee, Courtney feature earlier, where it's like every vocalist gets their time to shine, and it feels like they all bounce off of each other so well. There are 4 vocalists singing on that song. You have Raul, you have Jeremy, and you have Cohen from Sleep Theory, and whoever, I don't know the name of their guitarist who does the harsh vocals in the breakdown, but he's in there too. And the fact that you can make all 4 of them sing on a 3-minute and 6-second song is really impressive. The fact that you can get so much in such a short amount of time and make it feel cohesive, seamless, not overbearing in any capacity. And I also just feel like it has some of the best moments on this album. Jeremy's verse in that pre-chorus, so what's it going to take if the dam breaks? You can't keep it in place with the floodgates. One of my favorite deliveries, maybe of the entire year, honestly, and has added a ton of replay value for me. And then when you get Colin from Sleep Theory doing his version of the delivery in the more sort of rock tone instead of Jeremy doing like a little bit more in like a softer voice, like I love the progression. It's just such a well executed song. It's like they did not hold back on that song in any capacity. There's some songs that like I can have my gripes with and be like, you should have done this instead. I struggle to name anything with how they executed Break the Silence that I would want to be done differently. And I think that is a testament to how it's been one of my favorite songs of the month and potentially one of my favorite songs of the year. Yeah, definitely like my clear favorite song on this album. Not to say that there aren't other good songs, because there's a lot of other good songs on here, but Break This, in the sense of like comparing to Everything in My Mind, whereas that album had No My Loneliness, this is like that song is just a cut above the rest.
Yeah.
This song does not reach No My Loneliness levels of peak, but it is like a cut above the rest as far as I'm concerned.
And I'd also like to, I really think from like a opener and closer perspective, I wasn't a big fan of Criminal when it dropped as a single because it felt a little short and hurried and rushed and a little not what I was expecting from Nevertel. But I think in the context of the album, and especially with the addition of track 1, the prelude, treating that as almost kind of one song, it really helps the pacing and energy going into the album. And I think that Ever After, both as a closer and as a song, is phenomenal. Justin, I know you mentioned it was your favorite,
my favorite,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. It is one of the better closers I feel like I've heard this year, both sonically and lyrically. I think that this album deals with a lot of feelings surrounding relationships and them ending and finding yourself, that I think is very classic Nevertel in terms of, I'm going to write about something that is very personal and personable so that you can relate to it. I think that is where, not that it's consistent across this album, but I think that's where Nevertel shines the most, is in creating music that is able to be connected to. And it's not just like a, there are demons in my head and I'm drowning in the undertow because I'm so depressed all the time type of deal, where it's like, yeah, I'm depressed, let me listen to the Amity Affliction. It's like, it's very specific situations and feelings that people who have been through them are able to connect to because the people writing it have also been through that. And I think that, to bring up my point earlier about where I think this album struggles, is, for me, I think that is Nevertel's greatest strength. They have incredibly talented vocalists. The entire band as musicians are incredible. But that songwriting ability is what distinguishes Nevertel the most, in my opinion. I think it was very present on Everything in My Mind, particularly on songs like Know My Loneliness, New Friend, Everything in My Mind, even Dark Cloud to an extent. And I think that here, there are enough songs, particularly Playground, which in my opinion is Nevertel's worst song.
Yeah.
I think that it is, sonically it doesn't fit, lyrically it is very poor. It's just a nothing burger of a song that, in my opinion, mars an otherwise great album, because you have songs like Good Intentions and particularly Miles Apart.
Yes. Yeah,
Yep.
I was waiting for you to finish, but that was another one
Oh,
of my
yeah.
favorites.
And like we mentioned, Ever After. Like, to me, Good Intentions, Miles Apart, and Ever After are the three best songs in this album because they're the most, like, you can connect to them the most. You feel that emotion. You really get it. And
I will agree with you on 2 out of the 3 of those.
okay. Which
Yeah,
is the
sure.
one you don't agree with?
It's
so I
Ever
know
After,
what
I
they're
know
on.
that
It's
one.
Ever After. It's Ever After.
Yeah, he
It's,
doesn't like he doesn't like fun. It's all right. I ignore it.
Yeah,
I think we're the ones that don't like fun for not liking the Playground. I think that's on us.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't want to stick on it for too long, but yeah, I was really hoping that Nevertel could nail a closer after my whelming feelings about Dark Cloud, but Ever After has not stuck with me. It rounds out my bottom 3 with Playground and did it all.
Lame. Miles Apart.
Call it like it is, Justin. Call it like
Yeah.
it is. Speak your truth. Jake's truth is not allowed here. He's overruled.
Miles Apart, I think the lyrics in the chorus really sell that song for me. And so where do I go now whenever roads close down, my heart is a ghost town?
The delivery on that as well.
I mean, that's Rain City Drive levels of delivery. It's great. And then I Can't Watch the Sun Down. It brings up too much now. I don't know where I start when my hand and heart are miles apart. Phenomenal chorus. Sacrifice, the lead single into this, still holds up very well. I think it is the easiest song to connect between the previous album and this one.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
Yeah. There are just so many good moments on here. I know that I talk a lot about what bothers me, but it bothers me because the rest of the album is so good. And I really, really wish it stuck that landing, because if there are like 1 or 2 things that are different on here, I feel like this is a genuine like top 3 album of the year contender for me, just based off of the delivery, the lyrics, the way that this band really, continues to find themselves, and the themes and messages that they relay, the talent of the band members. It's all here. The album is well worth a listen. It feels like it could have been album of the year, and it's not, because of things that are blatant. And that's what gets me. If I got an album of the year, I shouldn't want to skip a song every time it comes on. And for me, that is Playground. It's just too weak, in my opinion. It doesn't need to be there. I don't think it says anything that hasn't already been established way stronger and better earlier on in the album or potentially afterwards. Yeah, I don't know why it's there. Quite honestly,
I mean,
I'm left.
take it off, throw in like a ballad or something to like separate starting over and icon.
Honestly, man, something
Like,
that's like
I
a
think-
little more thematic to starting over after talking about all these things that you've gone through earlier on the album. It's like when Architects put Seeing Red as the second to last track after showing that they didn't need to be heavy. For the rest, like, together! Like, why, man? Stop! You're this close to achieving like almost perfection. Why have we done this? But I digress. In all that to say, it's a fantastic album. I love it.
Criticize this so much because we
Album.
hella enjoy this band.
I want to highlight. There's only one song that I don't think we've touched on at all yet, and that's "Some Things," which was a single that we didn't discuss as a single when it came out because we were saving it for this album discussion. But "Some Things" is phenomenal. It really pulls at the heartstrings. Jeremy's delivery on that, it hits the emotional chord that he's been known to hit on many songs before. But yeah, "Some Things" is fantastic, and I think that for the same reason that "Some Things" is so great is the same reason why we love Good Intentions and Miles Apart so much.
Yeah, I think Some Things. I think the the dichotomy between Raul's rapping and kind of being like a slower build to like the very high chorus that Jeremy does, I think really sets that song apart.
I love their dynamic across this whole album. It's good.
Other than Playground.
It is like, now that I Prevail has separated Brian and Eric, I think this is like the next duo to like really, really clear the scene.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hopefully it doesn't.
I hadn't thought about that, but
that album's not in here, but it is
for good reason.
I haven't heard it, so
mid.